Hello. So today we're gonna see how to get to 2000 elo in light chess. So I created an account, played around 10 games, and got to a rating of 2050 plus. So I'm gonna show you those games, but before that, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about myself. If you're very new to the channel, so I used to play chess 14 years ago, and I stopped for a while. And then now recently, 3 4 weeks ago, I picked up chess again, and I've been playing. So there's only like two openings I play, so I'm gonna show you the games. We are gonna analyze it together, and let's just get to it. So yeah, I've played around 11 games. I played 11 games exactly, and my rating is 2073. So I won eight, lost two, and have one draw. So let's see a few, or if possible, all the games. So yeah, this game I was supposed to win because I started off streaming this whole Lichess of me playing Lichess in a way that I said, let's see how far I can go without losing on Lichess. So this was the first game I lost. So obviously I couldn't end the stream on the first game. I should have, but I did not. I kept playing. So after this I played around 10 games. So this is the first game. I was 1500. I played with someone who was 1863, and I was not at the top of my game and I lost. So I'm going to show you quickly so what happened in the game. So okay, let's just get to it. Um, just I usually play the Jaboa London, so which is usually what I do. So when he played this, I just went for this is the setup I usually go for. I go here, sometimes here, and castle this side or castle that side. This is what I usually have in mind. This is like a very simple setup. I don't think too much, and I go for it. This is where I made a mistake. So I should have stuck with what I usually play. But no, I thought I was gonna push this because he was gonna castle there and I can just attack him on this side, which is not a bad idea. But what happened is that sooner I got to a place where I couldn't castle. So, and I lost a pawn. And from this moment onwards, I was just playing a very, very submissive game. So because the opponent was already in my place and in my place in the side of my board, and I couldn't do anything. And I just kept trying to, play well. Apparently, at this point, I was winning. I did not know that. Okay, so what was I supposed to do here? Huh, interesting. I should have moved the king. I can see why. I can see why, but unfortunately, I did not do that. But yep, that happened. Anyways, so at this point, I continued to play a very defensive game. And even though I was trying to get some counterplay, he was already there and I was making some very questionable moves. Like, I don't know, why would I bring my bishop out? I was trying to take this pawn, but obviously I had a very easy defend. Or the Stockfish says, don't even defend, go for it. And this is the move I kept talking about in my stream because I saw this. I was like, if he starts pushing, I'm done. He just should push, and it's true because once he does that, my knight goes away and he gets a lot of play here, and it's just too much to handle. But my opponent did not do that for a long time. I don't know if he ever did that in the game, actually. But at this point, you can see that I'm already in a much worse position. I'm like a pawn down, but I'm still fighting. I'm fighting. I'm fighting. I'm trying to fight, and this is the part where I did a blunder, and he could check me. It's like a discover check, and I had to move. And then I, at this point, should have just taken the knight, but I don't know why I didn't. I felt like I should, but I did not. And now he has a very, very good position because he can fork me, and I can't go here or here. And if I go here, he's gonna check, and it's all going down. And that's what happened. It was he got my queen, and I resigned. That was pretty much the first game. It could have been much better, and in this game is when I was like, okay, Nishok, you need to perform well because this is not how you should play chess. And this is you're streaming, so you're a streamer now, so you're supposed to do well. So this is the second game. From the second game, I kind of clutched it. I'll show you the whole game. So I was playing black. So usually when I play black, I go for the King's Indian defense. Um, I think King's Indian defense is an opening that you can play regardless of what anyone is playing. Even my first video that I made, I spoke a lot about Kings Indian because that's what led me to win like a runner up in a tournament. I did not prepare an opening for white at all. I just played the Kings Indian defense in white and somehow still figured it out. So this is a solid opening. If you know when to break at the center and how to break at the center, you'd be fine. So pretty much my opponent was making very questionable pawn choices. He was just pushing pawns here and there. But yeah, just if someone plays h3 and a3, they're either a grandmaster or they just don't know what they're doing. So it's mostly the latter. If you're playing someone below 2000, so this person was fight the 1556. So I was like, okay, he probably does not know. And let's get the analysis. Okay, so where was I? I was here. Okay, at this point, I'm already winning according to Stockfish. So I'm playing a very solid game where I'm like, okay, so this move I played because I didn't want him to do this. If I play this and this, I get that I could take the rook, but I didn't want the option of him playing g4. So I just pushed the pawn so that if he ever played g4, I just en passant. It doesn't make much sense because he could just bring his knight, and I'm anyways gonna have to take my knight out, or he's gonna put the bishop on e3. But I just felt like doing it because I could also place my knight on b3. If it makes sense, I don't know. And it was a very simple game. I lot of times try to just wait until someone makes a mistake. I just try to set it up. I just try to get solid, and then I don't go for attack most of the time first, but I love attacking. If I see something, I go for it. One lesson is that I never attack without castling. So I mean, I do sometimes and I lose, but I keep this as a rule of thumb that do not attack without castling. So he's played that, and apparently this was a blunder. Uh, I don't actually know why. Let's see. Goes back. I go back. What's the blunder here? I'm not losing any piece. I don't know. But yeah. Wait. Is that yeah? Stockfish also wants the same, and we played the same moves. The position is almost at a draw here, and I actually played the move. I think what did I play? Yeah, that one. Hoping he'd take. So the idea was if he takes, I lose the pawn, right? So if I go here and he takes here, I can bring my knight back. So it's like, anyways, this is fine because I'm solidifying these two knights and I have a pawn here. So it's like a solid place on the queen side. So I love it. So I played that, and of course, as how my idea was, this was working. And then what happened is I played this move. Actually, this was a mouse slip. I can't even lie. So I was thinking, I was like, chat, should I play this? Should I play this? And I ended up moving it. And I was like, oh my god. And then I saw it and I was like, this is actually fine. If he takes, I get into his house, which is pretty chill. So this is what I was thinking about, and it seemed like a solid idea. So that move happened, and he went there, which is a blunder because it's not a blunder, it's inaccuracy because my queen gets to go here. It was protecting this place, and now he has to do this, and a lot of things might happen. Pushing the pawn. It's just too many things. A lot of sacrificing opportunities. I don't sacrifice much, but I could. And then I played this move, which was a absolute inaccuracy. But in my head, it was a great move because I was attacking him, and I was like, you know what? Let's get it going. I can push this if I want. I can take if I want. I can do a lot of things that is uncomfortable for the opponent. But what my opponent ended up doing is blundering his queen, and that's it. He resigned. So this was the second game. Is someone 1500. So what this shows is that someone 1500 on lights has the capability to play a decent game, but if you hold on for some time, they might just blunder. So yeah, it's like when you're playing intermediate bot, it plays like 20 solid moves and then it starts making mistakes. It's kind of the same I feel with also the intermediate players. I don't know, just a one game I've played. So but then this game I've played at an accuracy of 89%, one blunder and one mistake. The one mistake was this, and the one blunder I showed you was this, which did not make sense to me. Anyways, that was a decent game, and I won one now. I'm almost 1,600. So now I'm getting paired with someone who's 1,600 as well. So this game was also a very good game. I was playing black again. I think I am playing black. So I played the King's Indian. Um, this point, I hate people who just go for the fried liver no matter what. It's like stop it. Just play a solid opening and then you can do all the fried liver. But no, my opponent wanted to do the fried liver, and then it was a very simple move. Just play this. What's gonna happen? He can't do anything. He's gonna have to go back, and he played a move that was a mistake, and I got it right. He had to go back, and I took a spawn. Simple. And that I could have gone back. That's what the system wants. But this is also a decent move because this not just protects the knight, but also kicks the bishop. A lot of times I think about what can I play that improves my position, attacks the opponent, and also defends my piece. You know, getting all of it in at once. Like it's like when I look at a position and I'm being attacked, my brain just doesn't go, okay, I should get defensive. When I'm my brain is not working, it does. If it is active, I'm like, okay, let's see what I can do to him. Is how I think about. So if that even makes sense. So yeah, now he's trying to get into my position, which is fair. Which is fair. Both of which is a decent move. And he's trying to solidify his position on the center of the board. But whenever someone has like a piece support on the board that's not supported by the pawn, just break it in the center. Just break it. Now he's gonna have to take, and he could have taken this, but he chose to take this, which was not bad. But now I have the center. I've got the center. It looks. This is a position I would love to play any day of the week. You give me this kind of position with someone who's like IM. I could last a lot of moves. I probably won't win, but I could last a lot of moves. He plays that move. I don't know why he's trying to kick out my knight. I think, and he's very. I feel like he's very stuck on. Yeah, he was very stuck on the idea. So this is where a lot of people make mistakes. So when you play a certain move with an idea of doing something, and an opponent plays something, don't just blindly play what you planned because that's just dumb. You're gonna have to think, why has the opponent played that move rather than, ooh, I'm attacking. No, ooh, I'm attacking is good, but it should be more of what is he trying to do. And if you look at it, it's like, oh, my attack still works, then attack. So his attack did not work for like multiple reasons, because I could have taken this, I could have taken this with the discovered check. It's like it's so many things happening at once. And yeah, basically it's just a very solid way to play. And I discovered check. He has to move, and I took his knight and his rook. So I was up like 9 points at this point, which is already clearly winning. And he's trying to go for one last draw possibility, but it's not there, I think, because my bishop will come right back. It goes there, I go here. Yeah, probably doesn't have. So I took it with the, yeah, just normal defending, and he resigns. Because when someone is anything above +5, resign. Be a gentleman, resign. But if you're very low elo, don't resign actually. A lot of people do stalemates, a lot of people give up pieces. So yeah. Anyways, this was a very decent game, but it was quick, and the opponent made a big blunder. So yeah, it was fine. It's fine. Let's see the next match. Let's see the accuracy first. So I love seeing accuracies in games. 97 percent accuracy with zero blunders. Thank God I streamed this game. Imagine someone just accuses me of cheating. I streamed this game, so we are completely fine. But wow, okay, that's 97%. I'm stockfish. Nishok, Nishok chess should be Nishok stockfish. I don't know. So I just won 2 games. I'm being too cocky. I mean, I won 8. Anyways, why is Lights giving spoilers? Okay, let's go. This is again. I'm playing. What am I playing? Um, King's Indian. This person is called Mikhail. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. He's from Russia. So I saw Mikhail and I was like, he's gonna sacrifice a lot of pieces, and I think he did. So this was a I hate when people do e5 in King's Indian and when the starting, because I get to, we have to exchange queens. And it's just annoying because once you exchange queen, what's the fun? What's the fun? Why are you playing? It's everything you do in life is for a queen. It's true. It's factual. So stop exchanging queens. Stop swinging that shit. Don't do it. Don't be a swinger. Don't exchange your queens. Just keep it to yourself. Be possessive. It's your queen. Do you get what I mean? So yeah, no, I did that, and I was yeah. I'm a pawn up. I'm exchanging shit, and it's just solid. Wait, what? Oh no, he didn't play that. What am I saying? So he played that, and I'm a pawn up. Now I can exchange shit because, come on. At this point, I was really concerned because my king was in the middle of the board, but he doesn't have a queen. So who's gonna take my king when he doesn't have a queen? Come on, my king is not gonna be taken out by an elephant or a knight, or sorry, a horse, or as my best friend calls the bishop, a zigzag. So that's crazy. Yesterday I was trying to teach him, and he was like, what's up? What's that zigzag thing called?" It's not a zigzag thing. It's called a fucking bishop, for fuck's sake. Anyways, so yeah, I'm just going for just absolute exchanges. And at this point, I made this move hoping he would take because it's like a very sly thing I could do because I if I take he loses a lot of things. So, but he was smart enough to not play that, and I was like, you know what, let's go for it. So, but now this move is very important, or he would just attack a knight, and you'd have to take, and you'd lose a pawn, which happened anyways because he moved his c4 c pawn, and I was like, okay, this I thought this was the best move actually. Apparently, it was not. I don't know why. But yeah, he checks me. I bring my knight back. Very see, I'm a piece up. I'm not taking risks. I'm playing very simple chess, and it's my idea here. Apparently, this is also a mistake. I didn't think it was a mistake actually. I thought I was being very genius because I'm pinning his rook, and yeah, I'm putting a lot of pressure, pressure on it. So he takes my rook. I take on the knight, and then yeah, I pin it, and it's like a simple exchange. Positions like this usually scare me because I don't know how to mate with a knight and a bishop, and you can't do it with a knight and a knight. So yeah, I really need to learn how to mate someone with like a knight and a bishop, which I am not exactly sure how to. Um, I'm sure I'll figure it out, but if you just give me an knight and a bishop, you probably will reach 50 moves. And at this point, you can see my only goal was to exchange the knight for my knight, and of course, knight is better. I was gonna say horse, but yeah, whatever. So pony, pony. Yeah, I was gonna exchange my pony. I did, and then this is just a completely winning position, and we're great. We're good. We're good. So the accuracy of this game was 96 percentage. Oh my god. Oh my god. Am I stockfish? Am I niche stockfish? Fucking so lame. Anyways, so that happened. 96% accuracy. I was quite happy with that game because it's a solid game, and there was someone who's in 1778, and it was Mikhail Tal's son, Mikhail Shakira. Ah, yeah, it's pretty decent. 96%, zero mistakes, zero blunders. I am stocked. Thank God I fucking streamed that game, and I was thinking out loud on literally every move. That's great. Yeah, so that was the fourth game. The fourth game I showed you. I think that's the fourth game I showed. Yeah. Next one. This game is actually, I really like this game because one, it was a good game. Two, he made a blunder, and three, I completely did not believe in myself before playing the game because I thought I was gonna lose. I just showed you the whole game while I was talking clearly, but I'm gonna show it to you again because why not? Um, let's get right into it. I was 1888 at this point, and then my opponent was a lot more. Okay, so d4. I'm gonna play the London or Jabova London. That's all I know. And I did this move. You know what's funny? Stockfish wants me to go here, and it's planning like a whole. Let's say if you go here and he takes, it's planning a whole queen trap, which I didn't even think was possible. Like what? It's planning a whole queen trap, dude. It was insane. I didn't even think it was I could do a queen trap like that, but pretty interesting. So he ends up losing his queen in no, wait. Oh, it's like check, take, take. I don't know what's happening. Why is the opponent plus one again? I don't know. But anyways, I didn't do all of that. It was just I just played a very normal game of chess because I'm not stockfish, even though my accuracy says I clearly am. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, man, just I blundered a pawn straight up. What can I say? I just blundered a pawn. I was like, you know what? I can't go here because he will move his pawn and put the bishop here. So I was like, I'm so smart. Let's do that. And guess what? I cut off the connection. And he saw that. And he took it. And this is fine. I still did not give up, even though I did think I was gonna lose this match. But I saw this and I was very happy because he played this move and I instantly knew it was a mistake because I get to go here. What happens if I go here? He has to move his king. Sorry, queen. So he will go here because obviously he wants to attack my knight, and then I can take. And let's say he takes. Okay, I was gonna bring my rook here so that I can attack. And I was thinking of a lot of things, but at this point, even though he is a plus one, I was fine with it. I was completely fine with it because I thought if he goes here, I can just push my pawn and all of that. Just felt like the right move. So I went for it, and you know, I went for what is that? Attack is the best defense. Is that what? Whatever. That's what I went for, and he played e5, which is okay, not a bad move. And at this point, I was like, okay, I was talking about moving this knight, moving this rook to d1 for so long, and I completely forgot that because when I played by instinct, and I was like, let's go here. But I should have done this because this pawn was obviously hanging. I've already like blundered a pawn, so I have a habit of blundering pawns. I don't know. I need to value pawns more, man. So this was a move I was very proud of because I get to exchange literally everything. Literally everything. He goes and I go there and he takes. I take. In fact, I am in a better position because I get to double my rook instantly and all of that. A lot of pressure that he's going to be in. And this is where my opponent made a mistake that was absolutely stupid. He castled. What happens if he castles? The king that's supporting the knight is not supporting the knight anymore. Now I get to double my rook. And what happens here if he moves? No, sorry. He can't support his knight because this is not a queen. And you can just take this. And if he moves his knight, what happens? You get to checkmate or get a rook up at least. At least. So, solid position. He moved his rook, and at this point, he was like, yeah, whatever, dude, whatever. So, I don't think I checkmated him. I think he resigned. Yeah, he resigned at this move exactly. He resigned here. So, yeah, pretty solid game. I was very happy with this game. And again, I've played with a 95% accuracy. I was so fueled by the loss. I was so fueled by the loss. Why am I talking like I'm in drama? You know, recording a YouTube video. I thought I need to have some personality because I can be just dead, bro. I could be like, so I played at 95% accuracy. That was a great game. I didn't want to do that. I fucking put the emotion into it. Yeah, for so I played at 95% accuracy. I have one inaccuracy, which was clearly because I fucking blundered a pawn. I did blunder another pawn also. Wait, this move, it doesn't think it's bad. It's like it's fine, dude. It's fine. It thinks it's fine because I get to take this one. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. So, 95% accuracy, zero mistakes, zero blunders. Again, again, I am stockfish. I'm telling you, I am stockfish. When I play with someone who's below 2000, because next game is not gonna be so pleasant because I lost. Spoiler alert. So okay, this match is horrible because I I was given chances here and there to draw or like even win. I don't think so. But it was a bad game. I'll show you. So this is all pretty standard stuff because I don't know how to play fucking against Dutch. Someone's playing F5 again. I don't know. I've barely learned any openings. I know to play two openings: London, Jibova London, King's Indian Defense, King's Indian Attack. It's literally the same opening, but like, yeah. So I remember someone telling me to go here on YouTube because you get to do this and they have annoying pawn structure. But I was like, I don't know how to do that. I don't know chess. And I also remember someone saying, see, if they go here, you go here. If they go here, you could do this. And what happens? If they forget and end up taking checkmate, that's so cool. I've always wanted to do this checkmate, but I was like, you're playing someone who's 2069. Can you be a little respectful for the rating? And fair enough. I played a very normal game of chess where, yeah, just develop my pieces. Again, see, oh my god, I've noticed patterns now. So whenever I move f3, I lose. Don't play f3. Okay, so yeah, again, he made this move. I'm pretty sure I have a better move here. Takes. Okay, that's yeah. I didn't do that. I played my knight there, which is not a bad move because I knew I had c3 supporting my knight by the queen and also having a decent place to be. And this move, okay, apparently that's the best move. I'll take it. And yeah, at this point, I would say I'm still in a very okay position. I did not hate what I was doing. In fact, the fish says I am winning. Fish says I'm winning. But my conversion is horrible. What did I do? He has pushed his G pawn and I still didn't I didn't castle. See, I told you I don't castle sometimes. So that was a bad move. And now I'm losing. So what was the idea behind this is I want to take this pawn. I am a pawn collector and a pawn loser. So what happens is if I go here, this supports the pawn and I'm gonna take. So it's like a crazy one move, two move idea. Like, oh my god, I'm playing a 2000. I'm thinking literally one move. That's not how you play a 2000. You're supposed to think of an idea that works, not like this. Anyways, I just pushed the pawn and now I'm clearly losing and draw apparently. Losing again. And what? He's playing this solidly, but I'm not. I am under time pressure because I have just 1 minute. 1 minute it might not be time pressure to you, but it is for me because I suck at playing where anything other than rapid because I need to use my brain. If you give me 15 minutes, I'm playing better. If you give me classical, I'm playing even better. But I have to think because my brain has to go through every permutation and combination to play the right move, or it doesn't. So I am stockfish, literally. But I accept like a 1800 stockfish, it's very very slow. So it is what it is. And at this position, I was clearly losing. It's like it's done. It's almost just absolutely done. He had a 2018 move mate apparently here, which is mad. I don't know how you do 18 move mate. But yeah, so here it went back to a draw because I should have taken this pawn, but your boy was at 8.5 seconds. And I give him a solid mate in 9 moves, and I get timeout because I don't quit. And my rule is I only resign if I'm 5 points down. If I'm a -5 or if he's a +5, I will resign. But I did not, and I lost the match like an idiot. So I played with an accuracy of 75. So not so stockfish by me. Not so stockfish. So stockfish only comes in like every 3 games. And then 1 game it doesn't. And then every 3 games means okay. My pardon my English. Well, anyways, so 75% accuracy, not bad. 5 blunders, very bad. 1 mistake, not bad. 7 inaccuracies, horrible. So this is disgusting game. Let's just go to the next one. So at this point, I'm already at like 19 something, which is great. I'm very happy about that. And we play a solid game again. Once again, I play a solid game. What happens here? I'm playing someone who's 1894. Good rating. Because you remember I lost my first match with someone who was 18 something. So I was like, no, no, no. I have to lock in because I can't lose someone against who's lose against someone who's 1800 and is named Horsney1307. That's sus, bro. That's sus. But yeah, I played. I don't know why I did C6. Was that a mouse slip? Probably. I would have intended to play C5, I think, but it turned out to be good because I just changed up. So whenever I make a mistake, I just go with my gut a lot of times, and oh my god, I swear to God, bruh, I did not see that. I completely missed that. And I played. Okay, this is an example of me sticking on to one idea. Because what do you do when you play C6? You go B5, A5. What did I do? Same. Because I didn't even look at this. The very common sacrifice. And even this is on like B3. But then what I could have seen is the idea of pinning these two and getting a piece, which I did not, which I should have. But it's fine. You make mistakes. I am human. Sometimes stockfish. So all solid moves here. I'm just playing very positionally, but also like making my position better and better, breaking in the center, getting my knight to a place where it loves its life. And already I'm looking at it and I'm like, this is a decent position. I can probably win if I tried. So this move that it says is a blunder, I think it's a genius move because what I thought exactly happened. So I made that move thinking, so this is how I can tell you I don't cheat, or my stream can tell you I don't cheat. This is a very stupid idea that only a human can think. If you look at it, what am I thinking? I'm like, ooh, he's gone there from here and he has a knight here. What's his idea to go here? Yes, that's what I thought. And I was like, he is gonna. So what I'm gonna do is if he goes here, okay? If he goes here, I'm gonna take his knight. And he's gonna take my knight. And what do I have? A discovered check to take the queen. That's how or would the way sadistic to she would say to take his fatty. So that was the idea. I was very dumb, but guess what? It worked, and I got his queen. Clearly winning. Very smooth, very smooth, very smooth. And yeah, he resigned. Pretty much a solid game. A 97% accuracy. So if you saw a quick cut in the recording, it's probably because my camera got stuck and I'm back now. And I realized what I realized is you can't really see the accuracy. I'm just saying my accuracy side, my accuracy side. I'm going to show you now. That's this game was at a 97% accuracy with zero blunders, zero mistakes, and the one accuracy that inaccuracy that I made with my very smart, stockfishy but human put together brain was actually the winning move. Because he played exactly what any human, not any human, if you're smart enough, you probably wouldn't play that. So yeah, it was great. It was great. So 97% accuracy. At this point, you can see that I've played like 4 games with no blunders, no mistakes, above 95% accuracy, which is crazy because I don't think I have ever done that. I absolutely locked in because I lost the first match, I think. It was great. It was perfect. And now I'm going to show you the next match. Let's get to the next game. What's the next game? It's how many games, more games do we have? We have 4 more. I'm going to quickly go through it. I know I've spoken for a while already, but these are all very interesting games. And I'm showing you all of this because you can do this. Literally. You don't have to know many openings. It's just play in a very solid manner where you don't make any dumb mistakes. That's it. Pretty much. So again, obviously your boy is gonna play, yeah, Jibova, but the opponent doesn't want me to play Jibova because he is annoying like that. And by the first move actually, But the opponent's first move, I don't know what opening we're playing because I have no clue what I should do. My opening is gonna be my opening repertoire. Is that how you say it? My opening repertoire in my head is horrible. I've already given him the center, absolutely fully given him the center. Made a mistake, should have taken the center by playing e4. Did not. Ended up exchanging when I shouldn't have moved my bishop. I genuinely had no clue what I was doing at this point, but I was trying to move my pieces. And it was fair because if I didn't move my queen here, it would have just taken, and a lot of things would have happened. I didn't want that to happen. I did see this move actually, but I was like, he's gonna take this after he takes this, obviously. I didn't want that to happen because clearly black would be in a better position. So, a lot of the times, Stockfish just gives up on a particular color, because it's like you're already losing, mate. So just play a losing game. But us humans are not built like that because we want to win. So what am I doing here? I'm castling. I'm doing e4. I want to do e5. The idea is to just get some counter play, which is fine. And here I had to play a4 apparently, which I see why. I see why, but I did not clearly. So no, actually, I don't know. To me, this was bad because he's gonna play this, and I'll have to move, and he's gonna take my pawn. Well, he can't take my pawn because my knight is there, which I completely missed. Anyways, and so I played this because I was thinking if he plays this, I'll just attack the queen, attack the queen. So that was literally the idea. I'm not even joking. So yeah, this is happening. He made a blunder. Why is that a blunder? I don't know. So this is an absolutely stupid idea. Look at this. Look at my human brain and not my stockfish brain working. So why would you want to take this, bro? Why? But I was like, let's collect. I'm a pawn hoarder. PAWN. Hoarder. You get what I mean? Yeah. So my idea was if I take this, he's gonna have to take it. If he does, I take this pawn and attack his bishop and knight. So they need to support the bishop and then check. He has to move his king or do that, and I get another pawn. So I get four pawns for one piece, which sounded so smart in my head, and I did it. And Stockfish is like, nope, so bad. But I did exactly that, and I didn't even think this was a good move. I don't know how my opponent saw that. It's how do you see such a move? Like I wouldn't have sacrificed on f3 in a million years. Wait, let's say I would have played this. I mean, it's not a bad move. But how do you see such a move? How do you see rook f3? How are you just seeing for a check? Because that's also a blunder. The only way you see that move is if you know, I'll show you this, 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 and probably this, and check. If let's say the white plays something else, which is more human like this, what happens? You go here, and you're completely pressurizing. And what happens if I just move this? That's just checkmate in five. That's crazy, by the way. Is attacking the pawn for checkmate, and you have to sacrifice your queen, and you still lose. Wow, wow, just absolutely wow. That's insane. So, for you to sacrifice the rook on f3, you must have thought 16 moves ahead. That's what is very surprising to me that my opponent sacrifices rook on f3. He probably thought, ooh, check. And the second he keeps check, Stockfish is like, hell no. Hell no. And I thought this was genius because he can't do this anymore. But he clearly fucking can because I mean, if he did sacrifice his rook, I was like, I don't know. I actually saw this. I thought I need to exchange pieces because he has sacrificed his rook for a knight, and I would still be like a +1 at least. So I was like, let's do that. That was my yeah, quite pretty dumb. He did that, and I went back, which is the perfect move. And here is when I clutched. So here is there's a lot of things you could play. You could play here. This probably is a wrong move immediately, losing, of course. So there was literally just one good move, and I found it. This is when I turned my brain on, and I was like, F5. What it does is it not only protects the check, but also attacks the knight. What do I keep saying? Attack is the best defense 75% of the time. 75% of the time. Do you understand? Great. So he obviously goes there. Okay. And I want to get everything exchanged. And I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking, if he goes here, I just take his knight. If he goes here, I trap his knight. So this is all I'm thinking. And I didn't even consider the move this, because I was like, nah, no human is playing that. Nah, he's not gonna play that. He sees a pawn that's hanging. He's taking it. And he took it. And the knight is clearly trapped. And at this point, you resign. But he didn't. And here I first was like, let me play a rook e2. And I saw this move, bishop d3, which was like, see, if you look at it, it's a, let's say, okay, I'm gonna check. I go here, and he needs to move his king here, because that's the best move. I'll tell you why. If he doesn't move his king and does something like this, what happens is you move your rook here because you want this piece, and he thinks he's very genius by playing this, because if you take the rook, he takes this, and you're at a very decent position. You're still clearly winning, but what he did is he did the same thing. What it allows me to do is give him a check, which moves the king, and I take the other rook, which is clearly winning. So he should have moved his king here. Then this move is not a genius, but still a good move, because even though I am clearly winning, this is okay. This is absolutely fine. Um, but he didn't do that. Exactly what I told happened, and I played two more moves, and he resigned. This game was played at 87% accuracy, which is not great, but I don't actually hate it. 87% accuracy. Could have been better. Could have been better, of course, but it wasn't. So, yeah. Let's see the next game. There's just two, three more games. Let me interest you with a more fun game. I think this is a more fun game. Oh my god, this game was fun. Okay, I'm gonna show you this game because I absolutely, absolutely love this game. Um, I think this is someone. This is my biggest win, by the way. This person is 2021, and I'm wearing my big boy hat, and I'm like, let's go. I have entered the 2000 at this point. I am at 2010, but with a question mark, because I haven't played enough Rayo games to establish a rating. It's still provisional. But I am at 2000. He's at 2021. We are a great match. So this match, I decide to absolutely clutch. I'm like, I'm not gonna make a single mistake. Obviously, I think I do, but I am there. I'm like, let's just get this pump going. And guess what I play? Jabova. Of course I play Jabova, because that's the what happens? He makes the most common mistake known to man in Jabova. Not known to man, in Jabova players. So you go here. What happens? You're doing the fried liver, but on his queen side, he has to play this. And you take, he takes, you take anything he plays. Let's say he plays this. You sacrifice your queen. This is all theory. This is all theory. And whatever he does, just castle. It's beautiful. You're +2 and you have an amazing position. Amazing. What else could I ask for? This is like the perfect position. And my opponent makes the same mistake. But he plays the knight there, and I didn't want to take because I saw this. But what I didn't see is this. So I was like, let's not play that. And I played a little more solidly. I was like, let's take my knight out. Apparently, I'm losing already. And I feel like this was mouse slip, because why would anyone play that? I feel like he wanted to play this and he didn't. Mouse slip or not, I won. So I took that, and he went checked me. This was the best move. Why is that? So I'm trying to checkmate him. Oh my god, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I did not see that at all. Like, at all. So, what I played is another very human move, that is bringing my knight back and also protecting myself from the check. He goes there, tries to attack my queen, fair enough. And then I'm like, oh, I'm a sneaky fucker and I'm gonna mate you. Obviously, see, this is fucking 2021. So, yeah, I don't think any creators, chess creators, swears as much as me. And if you're watching this, if your kids are watching this, sorry, I will try to reduce it. I'm used to swearing a lot, but yeah. And he plays this obviously because he sees that, oh, this guy is trying to mate. So and then I castle, just trying to play solidly. Apparently this is wrong because I saw something here. I was like, okay, gonna try to, like, do all of this, but I saw this. But it's very scary when your queen is alone in his place and you have everything blocked to enter your house. It feels like it's gonna get trapped. Like one bad move and you're, see, I just censored myself there. Anyways, so he played that, and I was like, let's get this exchange so I have more space to walk around. So, yeah, he does that and he keeps attacking my queen. I go here, which felt like a very obvious move to me because if I take, I have a pawn up and I open his king side. So, that doesn't happen, obviously. And I go here thinking I'm a genius and I'm going to take his bishop. And apparently, this is a good move for him, but he didn't do that. He let me be a genius. So, as Levi Rossman would say, is that how you pronounce his name? I don't know. I love him though. So, I would say it's you who makes your opponent look like a grandmaster. So, I'm not saying it's making me look like a grandmaster, but why am I doing that? Why am I doing that? That's not how I talk. I don't know. Okay, okay, cool. Let's get back to the game. So yeah, I'm going here trying to attack this, and at this point, I see the win. I'm like, I see it. I see it. All I want to do is just push this, bring my rook out, attack, attack, attack. Just go, 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 go. The plan, and that's exactly what I should have done. But I waited like two moves to do that, and I did that. And I start going. He made a mistake here, and I spotted it because now if I push this, he might take, and if I take, he can't because he is pinned. That's a beautiful thing to be because if he goes here, done, done, checkmate. Because my rook is guarding this whole file like a king, bro. That's crazy. So what happens is he plays the same exact moves that he was not supposed to. I get very excited because I see this mate. But my dumb brain did not think he could go here. But I was like, oh, I'm still winning though. And I exchange. He shouldn't have taken this, and I think he did. Yeah, and I checked him, and my idea was just to ladder around and go to him. So I went there, he went there, and I checked again, he went there, and I went check because why not? Your whole hoard pawns because pawns are amazing. POR, sorry, PAWNS. So he goes to G7, and yeah, at this point I see a clear mate. You know what? Find mate in three. Not three. It's like seven. Now find mate in three. It was Stockfish is showing you the first move already, but I hope you find the mate in three, and I hope you have. So it's this, that, this, that, that, and that. It's mate in four. I did it in four. So you see how I'm saying this, that, are not e4, g5 because I'm not that fluent with chess language. I'm playing after 14 years. I can't be like, oh, the king went to e8 and I went to queen h7. I would do that sometimes, but if I don't be mad because I'm getting better at chess and the lingo and all of that. I'm very happy that in like 3 4 weeks I'm getting to play to a level where I'm really happy. Yeah. So if you see the accuracy of this game, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Am I happy with it? Absolutely, because it's a 94%. Fifth game, by the way. Fifth game we are playing above 90. This is generational stuff because I've never played like this. And in this game, not once am I losing. Not once. I started the game and ended it with a 2021 with absolute dominance. absolute dominance, zero blunders, zero mistakes, four inaccuracies, but that's okay. I walked into this game thinking I'm going to destroy him because why not? And I did just that. So what this says is that when you play like a very solid way, even though sometimes your openings might not work, yes, openings you don't you it's fine. If you know two openings decently, little bit of theory and little bit of tricks, if they make a mistake, you're already at a place where you can win. So since I play a lot of Jabova and King's Indian, if you guys want to learn more of like Jabova and King's Indian, let me know. I'll just make a video or a few videos, like a series on how to play and what I do and all of that on those. Just let me know on the comments. If I get any comment, I'd be very excited. So yeah, this is basically how this happened. You guys can do this. It's not that hard because I mean I get why it could be hard, but just it's possible. Once you go about 2,400, people are gonna just defeat you in the first 20 moves because they are so good at their openings. That's where you need to stop people from defeating you, because you are also a solid player, except you might not have the time to learn openings, or you just, I don't know, you might not be interested. But a lot of times I've noticed that someone who's prepared opening better gets into a better position early on and never lets go. So yeah, but you can also play if you have a solid setup and you know he might have an advantage, but it's near like 0.5 to 1, then it's fine because they're going to make mistakes. But if you give them like a +3 in the starting, you're not going to get it back. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. And we are at the last two games. So this is a draw. I'm not going to show you that game because it was getting to a very complicated position. I just asked for a draw, and he accepted. So that's chill. So this game is an absolute beauty, because I found tactics that were actually not tactics but absolutely stupid. But my opponent thought it was tactics and lost. So a lot of times this happens because you think you're making a beautiful move, but it turns out to be a blunder. And your opponent is like, "That's a beautiful move, and I have to protect myself rather than attack," and he loses the game. So that's the kind of game we are gonna look at right now. Is my camera still working? Yes. So let's get into it. Okay, so he's playing the Catalan. I have no clue how to play the Catalan or against the Catalan. If you notice, again, I'm playing the King's Indian for black because that's all I know. So I could have played c5, but e5 didn't sound like a bad move to me. So whatever he's playing, I'm doing very standard stuff that you do in a King's Indian. This is all theory when someone is playing the King's Indian against you. This kind of looks like the King's Indian, but he's done Fien Cato. Yeah, I at least recently learned that word because I didn't know fucking it's called Fien Cato. But yeah, solid. I push my pawn, and that a5 was actually me trying to stall. Also, you could say I wanted to bring my knight here, and it kind of it protects this square, and but he always has this. So there's a lot of stuff. But this is me just trying to be like, oh, I'm like a grandmaster. I'm stockfish. Well, I'm playing that move because I'm smart. Nope. That was just a move that I'm stalling, and I'm still stalling because I don't want to do anything crazy. And he is also stalling because he played this for no reason. That makes no sense. He just did it because he wants to, or he thought I was gonna check him. I don't know, but fair enough. And he here, I did find a tactic. I think he was losing a pawn here because I saw takes, takes, takes. Wait, no, no, no. I saw knight takes e4. Wait, I'm gonna do the chess lingo. Knight takes e4, and probably this knight takes, and my pawn takes. If he takes my pawn, I get to take this pawn, and I get to take this. I'm just gonna show you. I'm saying this and that a lot. So knight on e4, another knight on e4, take, bishop takes, and now, okay, apparently this is a mistake. I thought it was a genius move actually. I can't lie. So I did this thinking he is gonna have to take, and I can just boom. And I did exactly that. Apparently this is losing even though you're +1. But I did that. And guess what? I was very happy with my position. yeah, I came back with my bishop and I was like, yay. So Stockfish thinks white is clearly winning. But at this point, I genuinely thought I was absolutely winning because I'm a pawn up. So all I need, the morale boost I need, I get from just winning a pawn. I'm that simple of a person. If I don't think I'm winning, I will lose. So I won't make stupid moves that gives me the game because I'm playing someone who's below 2000. They're probably not gonna see it. So yeah, I play that and he takes and I take, and this is all like this is okay. This is according to Stockfish draw. What I do is sorry, I'm trying to I'm trying to fork him. So I'm trying to fork him, and he is not gonna let me fork him. So he's playing rookie too. So wow, oh my god, the move I find that obviously this is showing you, but that's a crazy move because I'll tell you what I thought. Knight takes g3, king takes g3, or I take his rook because king takes g3 is kind of forced, and queen g5, which is check, has to move his king. I can take his knight with my rook, and then I can probably move my queen to h5, h4, take his bishop, or my bishop is attacking his pawn, and I can take or exchange. I can do whatever I want if I sacrifice this knight. Looks like a beautiful idea, perfectly executable, and I had no questions. I saw this. Let's see how much time I took to make this move. I took a solid minute and I was like, you're perfect. You're a perfect tactic. That's a brilliant move. Not so much. Not so much. I made that move and I was very happy. He did exactly what I wanted him to. And then, oh, wait. he played, he played this. One move, it's gone from a plus 2.8 to minus 5.1. Plus 2.8 to minus 5.1. Because if he played it here, I lose my rook. I lose my rook straight up. Straight up, I could do anything. I lose my rook. Just, there's no way I can save it. But he plays rook g1. The funny part is, I didn't even see it when it was like this. I was like, I'm winning. Because once I've decided I'm winning, I'm winning. So he plays that. And I go queen e5. Why? I see this beautiful. I saw every single move that's gonna happen from this position because I knew he was gonna take on this, thinking he's attacking my rook, or whatever. And if I so let's say I played this, okay, it's okay. I'm still kind of winning, but I saw something even better. If he plays here, I have a mate in two. A mate in two. So I want you to wait. Let me switch this off. Um, how do you switch this off? I want okay. I want you to find a mate in two right now. Just straight up, checkmate in two. Pause. Find it for me and comment. Or or I will show you in like a second. Okay. So it's a beautiful checkmate. Rook f2, checking the king twice. He can't move here. He can't move here. The only move he has is that his pawn is blocking him. Ah, beautiful. So, in my head, from this moment, I'm thinking I'm a genius because I have done something, I've done the impossible. I have gone all in, and my opponent probably thinks I'm stockfish. That's how good I've played. And then you see that it's a blunder. And I have played with an accuracy of 87, which is something I'm happy about. But that was a blunder. But it's a confident blunder. So sometimes you make confident blunders and the opponent just doesn't see it and you win. And this is with someone who's 1932, by the way. So I feel like you guys could do, you guys can get to 2000 as well. And I will make more videos. I'll show you. Yeah, I like talking about chess. I love chess. I haven't played it in so long, but just doing this again has given me so much pleasure. I really enjoy playing and winning or losing or analyzing. It's just a beautiful game, and I don't know why I ever left it. I left it when I was like 9 years old, and now I'm 23 and I'm playing it now again. And yeah, I did have a FIDE at that point, which is like around 1,500, but now it's around 1,660 because they increased the FIDE and rating at in some year recently. So yeah, my FIDE is 1,660, but I don't know. I don't think I'm that strong, but on Lights I am 2,000 and something now, which I'm really happy about. So yeah, this yeah, whatever. I'm talking a lot now. Anyways, that was all the games I've showed you, and I will meet you with the next video. Like, share, and comment or whatever you want to do, because that would keep me motivated to make more videos. Because I genuinely enjoy doing this. I am talking to myself literally, but this is fun because I'm talking about a game I played. So fun. And I get to analyze my games and see what the fuck have I done wrong there. Sorry, what the fuck have I done wrong there? So, yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. And if you have any video ideas, let me know. I will do it. I am all in for this chess content and all of that. Yeah. Thank you. Love you guys.